Hi, good morning. Not my usual brown self and a little bit on the chubby side, but we're trying to walk that off this morning. And I'm sorry if I've disappointed you and you think that you're going to be chatting to me or watching me from Mercia. Sorry, we're very wrong this morning. We're actually in Cheshire, if I can just spin you around there. Beautiful Cheshire. This is where I live. This is where I live, right by the canal, in gorgeous Cheshire. Not quite sunny Mercia, but we do have sunshine this morning. Hence the reason I'm doing a little sunny video. So, first of all, I won't take much of your time. I know you'll be having friends and family around today, celebrating New Year's Day. But loads and loads of questions. You can imagine it's really busy for the next couple of weeks now. Loads of questions being fired at me at all angles, which is absolutely fine. But please, can you just be patient? And if it's something really, really of importance, can you send me a private message? Because the news feeds with the posts that I do, brilliant. I want to see all the posts, of course, but I do tend to miss them if I'm not watching it continuously. I do tend to miss it. Obviously, you might see my niece Megan Evans, who does the odd post for us, and she does inform me if she sees things or missing things. And then we've got our number one fan, my mum. It's always your mum, isn't it? Of course. And she will inform me as well. But as well as that, thank you to hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of my followers who intervene, give advice if you've been to La Torre or to Mercia on car hire, flights, etc, etc. Or even if you just want to intervene, it's absolutely fine, because it really, really does help and it's really appreciated. Thank you. It goes, honestly, it really does help. So, just a couple of things this morning. Firstly, let's talk about flights. Morning Kerry, Happy New Year. I don't deal with flights. It's something I'm not doing. As you well know, I market my own property and I market several other properties for other owners. You might have seen over the last few weeks that the properties on my group, morning everyone, morning Ryan, the properties on my group have gone down by about 5 or 6. That's purely because the property or the owner or similar weren't workable, okay? Wasn't workable, not making sense. It might be that the property just didn't fit the standard that I want. You know, I can afford to be choosy. I did this as a hobby. I didn't do it to make £1 million. It started off as a little hobby that grew quite quickly, because I'd like to say that it's something that I know I'm passionate about and I think I'm good at. So that's why it's grown quite quickly. But what I didn't want to do was for it to get out of control and have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of properties, and for me not to be able to focus and concentrate on the most important properties, the ones that the guests love, the owners go above and beyond, and their particular key holders are right as well, so we can all work together and we can have a really good team and not be able to let anybody down. And I'd like to think that I've done that, and I'm sure you've seen on the business page, if you look at the business page as well, there's 174 reviews and there's only one that just wasn't really to standard. So I think we're doing something right. So that's because we've got the right property, the right owners, the right marketeer and the right key holders in place. So thank you very much for that. I've lost my train of thought now. Hi everyone, thanks for joining. So a couple of things about flights. First of all, flights I don't deal with. However, personally, we always book with Ryanair. Ryanair we find are the cheapest. We usually go onto Skyscanner, we scan it all around and it always goes back to Ryanair. Ryanair are scruffy, there's crisp packets on the floor. You know, we've never been let down, touch wood. It's not like flying with British Airways, of course it's not. But you know what, it's cheap and it's only 2 hours and 20 minutes to get to either Murcia or Alicante. So what you're moaning about, morning, what you're moaning about, just get it booked with Ryanair and just get to bloody Murcia. That's it, you know. I take advice from everybody else. So for example, apparently this period now, Christmas and the next few days apparently are the best flights, please don't take that as gospel. I'm only telling you what Martin Lewis I've seen on the TV and what other people are telling me. I do know that one of my guests, the Miranda family, or returning guests, they booked several weeks ago, and when they've looked a couple of days ago, it was £200 cheaper. I'm not with that would have been on the bulk, I think, £200 or £300 cheaper. So please have a look now and get your flights booked. You can fly to either Murcia. Murcia is only Murcia International, fabulous airport. Oh my God, you're in and out, in and out. The staff are brilliant. It's really small. There's a few shops there now and a Costa cafe, but it's bloody big geese. It's really small. You're in and out really quickly, and it's only 12 minutes away from La Torre Golf Resort, and it's only 15 minutes away from El Valle Golf Resort. So you'd think, well, let's get there because it's really, really quick. You can jump in a taxi. There's loads of taxis outside. Or my friends, who are very trustworthy, they've been doing transfers for lots and lots and lots of my guests. Again, feel free to openly write on the group what's your experiences with the transfers. I'm not going to give any details of my friends here, but if you're interested and you've already booked with me, and I will only give their details if you've booked a property with me, then I can give you their details to arrange transfers. They're cheaper than the taxis and they're reliable. Very trustworthy, very reliable, and you'll have a really good crack with one of them in particular. So that's your transfers and your flights. Like I say, I can't give you any more information on flights because I'm as in the dark as you guys. We just go on. Oh, actually, midweek is always cheaper. That's what I meant to say to you. Midweek, so try not to go Saturday to Saturday or Friday to Friday. Try and do Wednesday to Wednesday or Tuesday to Tuesday. Try as well flying out from one airport, so for example Gatwick to Murcia, but then flying back from Murcia to not Gatwick, to a different airport. Midweek flights are usually cheaper. Later flights in the day are usually cheaper. And also, what lots of guests have told us, we haven't done this, but lots of guests have told me, hi guys, thanks for joining everyone. What they do is, instead of having 7 nights, go for 8 nights or 9 nights, because although you've got to pay the extra night on the actual property, it works out cheaper with the flights. I'm sweating now, by the way. I've walked about a mile already. So, there's your flights. So that's the information. Fiddle and fart about with it as much as you can to get the best possible price. I know that when Thompson went bust, all the prices went up, but I do know now, and it did affect us, of course it did, affected me massively, but I do know now that they've stabilised. So that's good news. So your transfers, if you've booked a holiday or a property with me, I'm more than happy to give you my friends. I have several friends who do transfers, and they're very, very reliable, very trustworthy, and they haven't let any of our guests down. So that's good news, and it's cheaper as well. So that's the flights and that's the transfers. The properties, okay, summer holidays. Obviously, I have that many guests from last year who were wary about going. Oh, you know, they asked a million questions. Believe me, I worked my ass off last year, like I am going to this year as well. But with those particular guests, because they've always done all-inclusive, they've never done self-catering, they've never done the flight separate to the actual property, etc., etc. And it was really scary for them, really daunting for them. And that's how we fell on Mercia as well. That's how we did it, because we wanted a cheaper holiday, because there were so many of us. And it is scary, it is daunting. But believe me, that many guests from last summer holidays are return bookers to either the same property booked by myself, or they wanted somewhere bigger and they've chosen a different property, but again on either El Valle or on La Torre. So summer holidays is nearly booked, I'll be honest. We've got the odd thing here and there. I have had 2 cancellations this morning. purely for personal reasons, which obviously it's not for me to go into. And they are great weeks and they are great properties, and I'm going to launch them as soon as I'm back home. And I know, please, no time wasters, because these properties, families are desperate to get to these particular properties. So I'm going to speak to the people that I already know, I have on a waiting list, and if they don't want them and they've already booked, then I'm going to fire them out straight away. But availability, there's loads of availability, honestly. And winter breaks, I mean, we've got Valentine's Day coming up. Come on, guys. Your bloody wife doesn't want a bunch of flowers and a box of chocolates. She wants a 3-night stay at Villa Denton, or Villa Platygia, or Villa Florida, or Villa Zorro. Come on, Villa Zorro's got a heated pool. Florida, Denton and Platygia have all got hot tubs. She doesn't want flowers and chocolates. She wants you to go to that extra mile. She wants you to call me, 07916 937 321. She wants you to email me, paula.jennings12@gmail.com, or she wants you to private message me on any of my Instagram, Facebook page, business page, or my closed business group. She wants you to get some dates and help her sort it out. I'm going to do that for you. Honestly, let's get you booked in for a 3-night stay. Okay, so a 3-night stay at Villa Denton would cost you £79 per night. Okay, obviously the flights for those times are really, really cheap. It's February, it's still winter in Mercia, but you're obviously not guaranteed. But I was there last February. I was there the 12th for a couple of days, and I was literally in a vest top like this, and it was 19 to 21 over those couple of days, and you've got the hot tub on the rooftop terrace. Villa Platygia, £79 per night, and then you've got Villa Florida that has a private pool. Granted, it's not heated, but it's still beautiful to look at from the hot tub in the rooftop terrace, and that would cost you £89 per night. And that sleeps 4. All of them sleep 4. Villa Denton sleeps 6. So if you wanted to get away with a group of girls for a few days in February or March, you've got that option because you just split the price then. So winter sun, Mercia, honestly, there's nothing quite like it. The skies are beautiful, the sunsets, the sunrises, the beaches are out of this world. Yeah, it's quieter, but if you're wanting to just get away and relax, winter sun Mercia is the best place for you. We've got February half term, loads of availability. I'm going to be there myself with my friend and her daughters. So let's get booking. Which women are absolutely fed up and they have all the school holidays off, or they've got to book the school holidays off because the husbands can't get the time off, and they fancy a few days away with the kids in the sunshine, February half term. Again, the flights are really reasonable, and I can do a 2-bed apartment, pool view, for £49 per night. So if there's 4 adults, again, you're going to split that. And then we've got Easter. We've got availability in Easter. Easter, I've been every Easter for the last few years. The weather is gorgeous. The pools are a little bit cold, but the kids don't care. Weather's beautiful. Why not book Easter as well? Again, Easter, a 2-bed apartment, pool view, £55 per night. Remember, there's always the clean fee on top of that. For an apartment, €65. For a villa, it's usually €85. And you pay that on arrival. So loads of availability in luxury apartments on fabulous golf resorts in Scorchio, Mercia, at a really good price. You'd be silly not to take me up on that offer, honestly. And like I say, the summer holidays are approaching. They'll be here before we know it. Limited space on summer holidays. I'm getting asked all the time, am I going to be taking on new properties? I get offered a couple a week. If they're not right, doesn't feel right, the key holder's not right, the owner's not right, the property's not right, why would I? I'm too busy. I'm too busy trying to please you guys and enjoying what I'm doing to take that stress. So no, I'm not going to take anything on, not at all. You may have seen recently Casa Sol and More. We've just had the owners stay there. That's one of my latest listings Honestly, I put a post on saying if Carlsberg did owners, these guys are fabulous. They really, really, really want to go above and beyond for the guests. So Casa Solomor is on the beautiful street of Labina. And Labina is a really big, long street, and it's all villas and townhouses. Pretty flowers everywhere, gorgeous trees, all the gardens are beautiful. And Casa Solomor backs onto the golf course, the Jack Nicklaus golf course, and they've got the rooftop terrace. It's all furnished, gorgeous. While they were over at Christmas, they did some painting, they bought a barbecue, and they even bought bikes for the guests. I just think brilliant, big thumbs up to those guys. So if you're already booked at Casa Solomor, or you're thinking about booking, if you're already booked, you're in for a real treat. If you're thinking about booking, it's a townhouse. It has 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. It's really spacious, and it has the furnished rooftop terrace that overlooks the golf course. Also, they've had the dining room downstairs, which was like a conservatory turned into a dining room that has bifolding doors opening up onto the golf course with a beautiful dining table. So it's like being outside inside. It sleeps 6 because they've got a sofa bed. They will allow 7 with a little child because they have a guest bed as well. That is only £70 per night. Honestly, you couldn't go anywhere. You couldn't get a caravan, a tent or anything for that price. And it's a beautiful, beautiful property. And like I say, you're allowed to use all the communal pools as well. So there's a really good property. My apartments, just a couple to mention. Apartment Rosalida, I mean, wow. The balcony on that is unreal. It wraps right around the whole of the apartment. We've got most of the people who went last year are returning. It's really beautiful inside, very well maintained. Again, the owners have really thought about what the guests would like. It's right by La Torre Square. So the front of the balcony, you look at La Torre Square, and the back of the balcony, you look at beautiful pool view. So apartment Rosalida, again, excuse me, summer holidays are pretty much booked. There might be the odd week. There is some of July left because I know the Scottish break up earlier. But there is availability all year round. And if you're looking for a girly trip or just a nice little breakaway, then apartment Rosalida is really for you. I'm going to be quick now. We've got Casa Sophie. Casa Sophie, again, the owner goes above and beyond. Casa Sophie is pool view. It has a beautiful pool, but also it has a little jacuzzi pool as well. I need to get some pictures of that actually because I haven't got any. Really well done, beautiful views, and again a 2-minute walk from La Torre Square. You can stay at Casa Sophie for as little as £49 per night. We've got our group bookings: Casa Lou, Casa Coco, Casa Viv Abadeco, and apartment Abadeco, and apartment Alveria, which are on Abadeco. They all are right next to each other and have a big double pool. Excuse me. I know I've got lots of group bookings for that already. There still is availability if you're wanting a big family bash out in Murcia. Hi, morning. And then you've got our other group booking, which is Villa Zorro and Villa Alegria, which are right next door to each other. You'll all know Villa Zorro. It's famous, let's face it. And it's got the heated pool as an option at an extra cost. And next door to it is equally as beautiful Villa Alegria. Doesn't have a heated pool, but you don't need that May to October, the end of October, definitely. So if you're wanting 2 properties, 2 villas next to each other, both with pools, that would be ideal. Then you could do, if you wanted to, we've got Villa Naranja and Villa Platija, and Villa Chanquetti and Villa Denton, which are all only yards from each other. Chanquetti and Naranja both have a private pool. Platija and Denton don't have a pool, but they have a furnished rooftop terrace with the hot tub jacuzzi. I'm going to be quick now, so I'm blabbing on, aren't I? I know I am, sorry. And then we've got, doing all this off the top of my head, then we've got Casa Linda, ground floor, 2-bed, super stylish property. I mean, the Irish, most of my owners are Irish and they know how to style a property, believe me. And they go there, that's next to apartment Pezza Spada, which is also a ground floor, 2-bed apartment, beautifully decor inside. The outside is all enclosed with alfresco dining, chill out area and a barbecue. Pezza Spada apartment Pezza Spada is very, very special to me because obviously that's our property. So we've done that as best as we can. It is gorgeous. Next to that as well, we've got Casa Emperador penthouse. Remember the penthouse which overlooks the gorgeous pool? Super stylish inside. Again, the owners are beautiful, gone above and beyond, really want it special for themselves but also for the guests. The views are unreal, and when you look out the front as well, you can see the training ground, La Pinatar training ground. Across the road we've got Casa Sereno, which also backs onto La Pinatar Great Training Ground. That's a 2-bed townhouse. It doesn't have a pool or a hot tub, but what it does have is literally across the road, a few yards away, you've got the choice of 3 fabulous, huge communal pools. Really, really good property at a really good price. Very, very spacious as well. That sleeps 5. And then we've got apartment Sunny Days. I'm going to leave Sunny Days to last because I've got a little surprise about Sunny Days. Casa Newfall. Really special to me. We had some ups and downs this year with Casa Newfall. Without going into it, wrong key holder, lots of trouble. The family are French, beautiful. They've honestly, I've got goosebumps telling you, they've have a really special place in our hearts for me and my family. They've gone above and beyond with Casa Newfall, and you can really see that it has the French feel in it as well. Beautiful. That is on Aberdeco as well, so that could be included in a group booking, and that's pool view as well. Stunning property. We've got now apartment Sunny Days. So apartment Sunny Days, again, the owners are Irish, beautiful family, and they what they're going to do is offer, we're going to do a competition in the next couple of days. I'm just trying to find the right rules and the right way of doing the draw, but it will be launched in the next couple of days, and there's going to be a 4-night stay for a family of 4 at apartment Sunny Days. You might remember I did a competition a few months ago, and the Malik family, I hope I've got that right, Gillian, the Malik family won that and have been and stayed. They're real proof that they won a competition of mine, they went to La Torre, apartment Sunny Days was real, and they stayed there and had the best time, and I enjoyed every single minute of their stay. And they've rebooked for October this year again. They went in October last year and had fabulous weather, absolutely loved it. So that competition will be launched in the next couple of days. So last but not least is, you're all going to know this, Villa Emerald. Villa Emerald, everyone describes it as the one with the really bright colours in the private pool. Yes, Villa Emerald is right by La Torre Square. It's a 3-bed, 2-bathroom, super stylish property. Absolutely gorgeous. And there, said it, gorgeous. And it's got a furnished rooftop terrace, everything you need up there. Downstairs is like a big glass conservatory with the bifolding doors that open right the way round onto the large enclosed furnished pool area. Super stylish, super gorgeous, and we still have availability on that as well. Summer holidays are fully booked. I think there's a week at the beginning of July, but that's about it. But there's loads of availability. Although we've took loads and loads of bookings, there's still availability. This would suit a family of 6. A girly break for 6. We've got lots of girly breaks coming up. Nicola Durkin, who's an old school friend of mine, she's going with a load of girls, well, 6 girls. And honestly, it's just peaceful, tranquil, relaxing, gorgeous. Everything you need. Supermarket's right there. La Torre Square is literally 2-minute walk max. Everything you need at Villa Emerald. So, any of those properties, please, honestly, you need to message me. You need to look at flights straight away. You need to get it booked and get the deposit paid. I can't and won't hold properties for anybody, not even my friends, without a deposit and the commitment. I made a few silly mistakes last year by doing that, and it really did bite me in the arse. So we have to make sure, because if I'm saying yeah to you guys and then you change your mind, I know some things can't be helped, but if you're changing your mind, I've let somebody else down, they've booked elsewhere, I've lost out, I'm letting the owner down. So no, deposit. Has to be a deposit, has to be the commitment, has to be the right people. No scallywags. I'm the only scallywag who's allowed to stay there. And look forward to, hi, Happy New Year. I thought you'd be playing your dingling.
Oh, I'm doing a selfie.
I'm not doing a selfie, I'm doing a video. You're doing great on that. He usually plays an instrument down the canal. So yeah, let's get in touch. I'll answer any questions. I'm taking bookings all the time. Please, if it's of importance, send me a private message because I don't want to miss out on anything. Obviously, if I'm busy, I'm driving or I'm doing something else, I do freelance for another company as well, not in properties, in home improvements. So obviously, the couple of days I work for them, I'll make sure that I see to you in the evening. But yeah, Happy New Year. Let's get booking, guys. Let's get some sunshine because I know I'm needing it. Bye.